65 Awakening to Love. I'm your host, Tomás Garza, and happy Friday to all of you. I hope that you're having a beautiful day wherever you are and whatever it is that you're doing. Now, maybe you're lounging in a pool or not, but whatever you are up to today, I hope that this day finds you well and that you're having fun. And thank you all for tuning in. So I've been really delighted with the people that have been on throughout this whole show. We've had people from all over the world, and it's such fun for me to be able to share my own experiences, my own takeaways from A Course in Miracles with all of you. And it's such an extraordinary spiritual text. It's such an extraordinary curriculum that really has something of value for all of us, no matter what our spiritual practice is, no matter who our guides are or guide, no matter what our situation is, there's always something of tremendous value to be gained from studying these ideas. And today is no exception, because as you know, if you've been tuning in, that we're in the middle of reviewing some ideas in the workbook for students. These are ideas that we've covered previously here on the live, and we're doing 2 a day, and we're doing a couple of really, really wonderful, uplifting ideas today. And then tomorrow, on Saturday, we'll do a couple more, and then that will conclude a review period. So next week, when we return, we'll be returning to the usual pattern of 1 lesson a day. So as we review today, thank you so much for all of the comments, all of your questions, all of your likes, the hearts, the shares, all of that. We really do want to get the programming of Enlightened World Network out to as many people as we possibly can. So thank you all for your participation. And frankly, from my point of view, I really thank you for your practice. That's the best offering we can always make in spirituality, isn't it? Yeah, it's our practice. It's the intention and our will to show up and practice, whatever that looks like for you. To me, it looks like showing up and choosing love, like I've continually talked about here on the live, because that is just of such tremendous value. So thank you all for all of your efforts. Now let's jump right into it today, because today we've got a couple of really, really wonderful, wonderful ideas. And the first one's just huge. And we're reviewing lessons 77 and 78 in the workbook. Lesson 77, I am entitled to miracles. All right. Yes. That's really all we need to say, isn't it? I'm entitled to miracles. Okay. How are we entitled to miracles, you might ask? Okay, you might ask, well, why? Why am I entitled to miracles? Well, because of the truth of who you are and what you are. That, in and of itself, entitles you to miracles. This is a very powerful thing to go through the day and repeat to yourself, isn't it? So if you've done this, I recommend you do it again today to remind yourself as often as you possibly can, I am entitled to miracles. I am entitled to miracles because of who I am. So it's a way of going through life and expecting them, which we should also do. We should also expect them. We're entitled to them. They're quite natural, and they're our birthright. So let's do this. Okay, so you may be asking a question to yourself. What exactly am I talking about? What's a miracle? Well, in A Course in Miracles, a miracle is defined a little differently than in common parlance. Now, we look at miracles and we think of people levitating. Maybe, for example, we look at something that we would consider a 5D or a metaphysical experience, something that is not dependent on the physical body yet is still taking place. Yeah, we might look at that as a miracle. We might look at levitating objects with our thought, with our hands, as not using them as in to lift a cell phone like this, but lifting it with thought, kind of like Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knights, the Force, that sort of thing. That's what people think of as miracles in the ordinary world, but A Course in Miracles defines it very differently and a lot more expansively than that. Not like those are not miracles, but a miracle is any time any one of us experiences a shift in our thought patterns, a shift in our behavior from fear to love. Any time we choose love, because we always have a choice of love or fear. So literally any time we choose love over fear, that is, by definition, a miracle. So it's said throughout the Course that miracles are just like one another. There is no order of difficulty in them. One is just like another. That means that something that may seem very, very small to you, maybe something that seems very insignificant, in fact, is no less miraculous than a monumental feat of moving mountains. Okay? It's the same. It is monumental, and because of who you are, the truth of who we all are, we are, in fact, entitled to miracles. It is more than okay to expect them. Now, we defeat ourselves all the time in the world, don't we? In our lives, we feel less than, we feel unworthy. And so many people may feel unworthy of miracles. It's common enough to feel like you don't deserve it. Well, why? Let's think about why we allow ourselves to feel this way. And when we inquire into the experience of this, we realize that we've been following the wrong guides. We've been following the ego that is confused and keeps us separate. It keeps us from having the experience of love, of unity, the truth of who we really are. So we are running around in our own way all the time, and it is a miracle to choose love. It helps us get out of our own way, and we all most definitely do deserve it, no matter how undeserving we may feel at the moment. So what I aim to do with this is to have you take heart. Yeah. Take heart in the fact that you are entitled to miracles. So please expect them and do them, right? It's a choice. It's a decision that we make moment to moment, love instead of fear. Every time we do that, that's a miracle. And you are, in fact, a miracle worker. Does that feel good? I hope it does. I hope it does. This is true. Okay. You are a miracle worker. So it's up to all of us to own that and step into it, isn't it? That was a yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. All right. So that's lesson 77. Lesson 78, let miracles replace all grievances. So this makes a lot of sense that when we are holding grievances, when we're holding grudges, when we're harboring ill will against somebody or something or a group of people or a nation state or anything like that, right? When we're harboring ill will toward people, we're not capable of allowing miracles in. If you're holding a grievance, that's a fear-based action. It's a fear-based thought to mistakenly assume that there's somebody out there who's harming you. Actually, who we are cannot be harmed. That's why we're entitled to miracles. Yeah. Who we really are is not dependent on any external circumstances, causes, or conditions. This is nothing external out there. It's all love. And if you want to think about it in terms of God, then definitely use the term God. In A Course in Miracles, we do. And you'll hear people say, God is, a period. That means God is, and nothing else truly, in fact, is. Now we're having the experience that a lot of other things are real. Well, are they? Are they? And who are we, in fact? How often do you ask yourself this? The ego never wants us to ask the question, who am I? Does it? Because it wants you to assume that you're a body, that it wants me to assume that I'm a body, a male, a man, right? A thing running around called Tomás that's living in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So 37 degrees and change Celsius. It's May 14th and the pool is waiting for me and it's sunny and it's only going to get hotter. Yeah. Right. The ego wants us to believe everything, that I am a member of X ethnic group. I am a member of this society. I'm a member of this gender, of this race, even this species. You know, all of them terms that we've made up. Our reality is not dependent on any of these at all. And no matter how much we try to get in our own way, no matter how many grievances we hold against someone else or grudges that we hold against someone else, our reality is not tainted, it's not sullied in any way, shape, or form. It's completely unharmed and unharmable, in fact. So, won't you do yourself a great kindness today? I invite you to do yourselves a great kindness today and let miracles replace all grievances. Let grievances go. Replace them instead with love, with real power. In other words, the power of God, the power of pure love. You'll find the more you do this, the more you're able to do this, that you will notice your grievances growing fewer and fewer, and the ones that you do still hold will stand out more and more and come up more and more for release. Rather than being overwhelmed with them, you'll feel lighter and better able to deal with them when they do arise. And when they do arise, they are coming up for release so that you can let them go. You can flip the light on and the grievances will not be there anymore. So definitely, yes, let miracles replace all grievances. So those are the two very powerful ideas from the workbook for students for today. And if you have particular questions about this or anything related to A Course in Miracles, I invite you, as always, to please reach out to me. And thank you all for tuning in here today. I'm going to look and see who's joining me live. Lisa, hello, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. And I'd love to hear from you. So if you have specific questions, comments, definitely please leave them here in the comment thread because I do check them from time to time every day. Now, where we're going tomorrow is we're going to do one more review lesson tomorrow, two more review ideas, and then we'll embark in a period of time where it's one idea a day. Now, these ideas are all very short, like today's ideas. I'm entitled to miracles. Let miracles replace all grievances. All of these are short thoughts that can be repeated. they can be practiced. And as you've seen, the workbook for students gives suggestions for how you incorporate this and integrate this day's idea into your life. And we do that through practice. I mean, it's like a meditation practice. In fact, that's really what it is. So every day we have the opportunity to do this. And even if the only thing that you find yourself doing is reciting the day's idea, that in and of itself is of tremendous value on purpose, right? This is purposefully designed to have very direct, poignant, and simple, really simple impact in your life. Because we find the more we go along that spirituality, in fact, is not complicated. We have made things complicated in our lives with adding layer and layer of difficulty onto a situation that's difficult enough, right, as it is. I mean, it's considered hell in A Course in Miracles to be separate from God, separate from our creator, our source, from love itself. So when we're having a separation experience, that is defined as hell. It's not defined as a fiery pit where we go when we die if we do what our parents didn't ask us to do, if we lie to them, or if we pull our sister's hair when we're 6 or something. Yeah, it's nothing like that. So if you did that when you were 6, join the club, right? You're not going to hell because of that. That's not happening, right? It's not happening. So if we're having the experience of separation, that is hell. And if we're having the experience of union, of love, of joining, that is not. That is heaven, which is not a place either. In fact, they're not places. These are experiences, and you can choose one over the other. Isn't that beautiful that we have the free will? We've never lost our free will, our ability to choose love. So I invite you to do that today. In whatever way that looks for you, however that actually takes form. It can be as simple as taking a 5-minute break, right, between calls and emails to stretch. That's an act of love. Smiling at somebody, that's an act of love. Giving thanks for the trees, for flowers, for your own health, right? Gratitude is an act of love. So many, there's so many. And each and every one of us knows internally what that is. We've never lost it. It's who we are. So thank you all for tuning in here today. This is a daily live stream, so I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all very, very soon.